existing. I got away from all the turmoil, kind of, except for that car. Anyway, comparing the endeavor of being a social human, thrown around from dentist to dentist to dentist. One had a $185 consultation fee, the other had a $385 consultant fee. That's my friend up there. These animals are my friends. Waiting for a phone call back about something. I found some place that has a bit of some humanity left, but they're tucked away around the endeavors of cemeteries, crows, and the occasional freewheeling kippadippadipsy and all that kind of stuff. I really want to leave New York. People are honestly fucking shit around this area. A bunch of bullshitters, man. You get out into like areas where you can actually like have a little bit of some breathing and everything, things get a bit better. The more that way is turned towards everywhere else. This town. I don't think I could probably get any more ostracized from Ithaca, so I might as well tell the truth about how I feel about it, since I still have a heart and a soul, you know, left to who I am. So, believe it or not, I don't know. Who cares? I'm not here to convince anybody about anything other than just be who I am. But being in like pain all the time, it's no good. So doesn't really lock in focus, does it? I have a protector cap on here, but it's not really a protector lens. No way that that's in focus. That's okay. I'm a photographer. Why do I care about what's in focus or not? Trying to find a place to be though. A lot of all of this is just, you know, even the cemeteries aren't alone around here, but whatever. Yeah, stepping from out of what they call the world, you know, seems better to do that kind of thing. Step out from what they call the world. I don't want much a part of it anymore, to be quite honest. I've seen too much. You have to dip into it every once in a while, though. Try to get health procedures done and all that kind of thing, but I've noticed the gauntlets of rickety, rude secretary people, but only down there. Only down that way. If you go out to places like this and find offices and everything, people can actually act with a bit of some humanity, you know? Let me go see if I have a ticket on my car for parking somewhere unconstricted and all that kind of thing. So. Anyway, really like this road and this crow. My heart takes a liking to this blurry crow. Very much so. I feel like the last of a kind. Nobody really wants that much more of. But I'm gonna stick around anyway. Have prayers to be able to move, get my life or all my dreams, my deep pursuits can be activated without having caused so much of a fuss for merely existing, but to get health things figured out, you know, to get health things figured out, to like find people that can work on health with compassion and understanding People just want to shake so much money out of you, and they act mean. They act mean to you if you seek help for your pain, like it's like not part of what their practice is supposed to be. They just want more and more and more money, so they can get more boats and giant cars and act without compassion. Ooh, it's a dragonfly. It's gorgeous. It's a blurry dragonfly, but I like it. Take the protector cap off. This thing's just not doing anything for it, is it? Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, I might have to retire this camera. Oh well. Is there really stuff on the lens or something? I don't know. Well, you have to trust me. It's a really cool looking colored dragonfly. It's alive. I thought it was flattened. I went to go pick it up and, you know. So apparently this camera cannot focus on anything anymore. That's a drag. It means I can keep the lens on anyway. Keep the lens on. Well, I found a nice feather. That's nice. I'm not going to step on that beautiful dragonfly. It should really get out of the way of the road, though. I mean, I guess it wants to be there. I don't want it to. I don't want it to get run over. I guess it's up to fate at this point. I mean, it's doing what it wants to do. It's a gorgeous dragonfly. The red, vibrant red on that is amazing. I really don't want to go back into town. I'm so tired of it. People don't converse with each other around here. Ithaca, New York is probably one of the lousiest places for actual human compassion and understanding. It boggles my mind because all of the signage for everything is just about how up everyone's own butt they are, about how they're the greatest people on the whole planet. But if you go to like talk to anybody or anything, all they do is advertise how they're the greatest people on the planet, but there's no like kindness, hospitality, or heartwarming about anything. Unless you go out here and go a little bit further from out here, out this way. But that little pit down there is like some sort of cancerous nerve, and it's irate and bleeding, and it devours things and devours people. And I was born around here, but the gentrifiers came in, and you're not welcome to a place you were born at and everything, and you've watched it change over the years, and should have taken good cue about all the other people that left while they could, you know. So I have to come to the point of saying things like that because you want to articulate it well, so you don't sound like you're just complaining or something like that. Like when you reach to the heart of the situation and just find like something about the atmosphere of people. And the people that are like that can get well with the other people that are like that, but it's like something I need to sit down and try to write regarding that demeanor. It's just like sharkish. It's cancerous. It's really. I'll just don't want to spend my time thinking about it and talking about it just to move on to new things and completely forget about it. But I have a life. Passions, I have things I love to do and everything like that, but being left to your own to figure everything out, that's very important. Like trying to get steps of better health figured out and finding these vicious, monstrous shark people without any compassion that just throw you around person to person to person to person, and they don't have any answers. And then you find yourself even getting more damaged when you go to get healed by certain people and everything, you know? So I have a lot of things I still need to do in my life. Just being in constant fucking pain every day, though. You know? I need to, you know, sometimes people need to bring their own energies and their own mythos and their own stories and everything. I don't want to keep going back to places where you feel like, you know, you entered in some sort of cult atmosphere and people say they missed you and then they reprimand how you do things and how you play music and how you end your songs and stuff like that and pretend to be all lovey. There's a certain form of new age materialism that's basically like people creating a pedestal for themselves so that their ego can be very satisfied. But then when it comes to actually helping and being there for other people, they cannot do it at all unless there's absolutely something in it for themselves. So it's like selflessness incorporated. And sometimes my own trouble is seeing things like that happen, because when you're aware of things like that occur, you can't really like unsee it, you know? And you don't want to live a lie. It's one thing I cannot do is live a lie. But I'm existing in this present world, so how are you supposed to exist in this present world without living some sort of lie or another? You know? Being able to even sit or stand and think about some things, think some things through, is not possible down there. You can go pay money and sit in a building somewhere, and you cannot get to be out in something like this, out in a place like this, and assess situations and figure things out and navigate, reaching deep within and finding your own strength, you know? And you go back down there and everyone will tell you about how you're not doing it professionally or give you all this unneeded criticism when you're doing things absolutely from your heart. Don't ever do things the way that you're expected to when it comes from expressing your passion and your heart and something deep within that transfers pain into euphoria. I cannot write things that preach to other people or anything like that. It's about telling stories, and it's about for the outliers that don't have any damn where to go unless they find that kind of place. But it's a special moment where you find other people with actual temperaments of patience and heart and soul and real kindness. That's not the whole kind of kindness that's just building up somebody's market value for their personality. Because you get in big trouble with those people if you actually see things as they are and speak about things as they are. It ruins their whole illusion, and their entire world, you know, balances on some sort of safety net that is very, very, very delicate and always ready to just rip right out. So, like, have you ever been born somewhere and the gentrifiers take over, and then you find you're some sort of tourist attraction where people sneak photos of you or take photos of you openly when they walk by you, but they're people that can't even say hi to you, or they act completely put off if you say hi or try to have a conversation with a lot of these gentrifier people. They're like these fat parasitic ticks that come and they destroy things, and they do that's called blockbusting and, you know, price raising and everything like that. You know. So anyway, so much more. The best things that have happened today were seeing that crow, like as far as connecting with like life force kind of things, is seeing that wonderful dragonfly insect was just absolutely stunning. Not even flattened by a car tire. Being up here, having the crows fly around me. Not dealing with trying to find a health practice that just treats you like garbage and doesn't even listen to anything that you have to say. I'm about to drive 3 hours or so pretty soon just to see if they'll even look at the tooth they started the root canal process on. And they'll probably try to send me somewhere else or refer me to some other place. And then they'll not accept you, and you're just saying, well, if I can't do that, how can I have it extracted at least? And they do the same thing even with an extraction. Living in this state, living in central New York or upstate New York or whatever you want to call it, it feels like extortion, and it's vile. And anybody that says they work for a company regarding compassion or health or anything like that, it's a huge bogus lie. you know? And I want to be around areas like this where I'm not concealing some hidden pain that's constantly going on and everything like that. So there's so much more left to do, you know? There's guitar sounds and everything I need to find and everything, and certain music I really want to do. If I had the right people around, I need a manager or something like that, but there's a certain kind of rock and roll that is like not allowed to exist anymore. It's basically trust fund kids that took over, and they use the image of those rockers that used to struggle and have real things to say and everything like that. But I've hurt enough in life and seen so much, and I've seen beautiful things and have decisions I've made from trusting people to a point where I know later on I shouldn't have done that at all, to where I have songs and I have things I can write that I know at least nobody else can replicate or anything like that, or they can't, do it in the way that I'm bringing it, and I'm going to throw in that it's like a lack of professionalism that makes it that way, But you have to compete anymore with other artists, and those other artists have money falling out of their pockets all the time. And if they're like that, and have been like that since day one, what are they going to be able to tell or write about, that actually is something that's going to come in and, have you pull something back out with it, That's me standing up for myself. That's me sticking up for, constantly still continuing to create. But I can't do it with this pain all the time, Going and having to ask for money or help or anything, or having to talk to like dental phone lines and everything, and you can't even, the communication is not good with any of that kind of thing. You're your own last person. I just want like a 3-piece band, maybe a 4-piece band with some people that are somehow apparitions like I am, somehow on this earth plane, stuck among advertisement people that cannot stop being on their smartphones ever in their whole life, ever. It's not any bullshit niche either. It's not like, oh, look at me, I'm making spooky music and all that kind of stuff, or I'm gonna really fulfill that, popular niche going on at this time. It's nothing like that. It's like coming from a different timeline or different realm or something like that and pouring it through and everything, I don't want everyone to like it, but I want those who know to know, those who can feel it to feel it, because you're going to be bombarded with critique and people trying to give you hell because they can't figure you out. You're going to get hell in your life if people cannot figure you out and put you in a niche and judge you and market you and all this and all that. But what if you're hungry and curious in life for more information and trying to learn and trying to still have a heart and an active mind and trying to keep your body in health after hitting a certain age? Like, that's interesting, to feel like you can get hell for all of that kind of thing or whatever. But I think it's just the geography, to be honest, so I don't know, call it gaslit and gate-kept low marsupial versus Ithaca, the tooth pain years. I'm not defining the rest of my life on that, but man, I'm fighting tooth and nail to get those two things sorted out and moved through, that's for sure. Like a woodblock player or somebody that does percussion on wooden hollow instruments. Sounds like an echoing coffin, I think. I gotta find the right people, but I don't think I can find them here, that's for sure. That and an EP player or somebody that plays the vibraphones and the EP and some things on the keyboard, basically, and then doing the songs. It's weird to ask people to fill out the back of your songs, though, that are playing songs you wrote, because I have songs I wrote. I have tons and tons and tons of material I've written and everything, and tons more yet to be made. And I want to hollow out my resonator guitar. I want to play with the hollow body electric guitar, use my acoustic through the distortion settings I've been doing it at and everything like that. And have 2 people, and maybe a manager, that needs to be done. It's my calling to have that happen. I just personally wouldn't be okay accommodating somebody else's writing. It's weird for a songwriter to kind of like have to figure out that people would be willing to play songs you'd written and everything. And sometimes it's holding back. It's holding back on the percussion. It's not like, it's you know, having space between things for songs and just having different kind of temperances of delivering your feeling through playing. So it's not like, you know, soloing all the time or showing off or anything. It's just feeling through, kind of like a soundtrack sort of thing, like an experience of a soundtrack, you know, where you're making music that's not like a song that's just one piece pried apart and you're trying to like sell it out or anything like that. It's basically just doing some composition work and things like that. So if any of those people are out there and you're not somebody that I'm going to have to worry about is going to OD, you don't have any drug addictions, that's the hugest, most important part, you know. I'm in the frame of mind that seems to attract certain types of people that I cannot correct their life path, because I'm trying to correct my own life path just from living, just from existing. But I'll end this video with a zoom of some blurry hills over this way. I do have a backup of this kind of camera. That's amazing how blurry that is. There you go. Sweet valleys. Almost look like sunflower fields, but there are some over that way. Some sunflower fields. Not right on the roadside though, so you can't really walk into that. Alright, signing off. Hopefully my next videos won't be so ranty. I just needed to say some things, so. Life can be mighty fine. Smoothing down a nice hill on a bicycle at nighttime with all the night birds glopping and glopping and glopping. Whatever the fuck that means. Should I say that a different way? Close your eyes on a chilly, sweet, late night when everyone else's head's rested asleep and the world's at peace because they're not awake. Just taking a nice cruise down some hills you had to hike up and sweat and strain. All that. You get to the hilltops and then coast on down and keep coasting on down like it's an endless dream flowing down and through. And eventually you get to where you need to be and snap into a Slim Jim.